I'd like you to just take a look very quickly at the notes. Kind of see if you can figure them out in your head, because this piece is not very stepwise. We've got more skips than we used to. And by now, you should be having some level of comfort with the musical notes on the page and what your fingers do. And I'm going to just kind of give you a little bit of a cautionary piece of advice here. One of the most common errors that students make is they confuse the third and the first fingers. The reason is because on the A string anyway, this is when the error occurs, they both involve lines. So for instance, the first finger is on the third line, that's the B line. The third finger is on the fourth line, that's the D line. So mentally, there's a little bit of confusion here. So some students will put 1 when they should put 3, some will put 3 when they should put 1. That is the finger numbers I'm talking about. So just kind of be aware of that. And if you need to, before we do any of these lines, and we will do each line separately, you might want to just kind of try to figure it out with your left hand without using the bow before we start. If that's not an issue for you, let's get started. Now, the first note we said is a pickup, and we have to know how to play that. Now, you'll notice it starts up bow. Starting up bow is not as challenging as everyone thinks. A lot of people think that when you start up bow, you have to start at the tip. But actually, nothing could be further from the truth. Once you get the hang of realizing that you don't have to start up bow, all up bows at the tip, you can start at the frog, at the middle, or the upper half. You could actually start the frog too, but you don't have much room, so that's not really appropriate. So if you want to start an up bow for this piece, it's most appropriate, and you'll see why as you go on, to start at the middle. So let's just play some pickups, and then the next note as well. So we'll play the first 2 notes of the piece, and I'd like you to count yourself in. Let's do it this way. 1, 2, and 1. So just that much. 1, 2, and 1. All on the E string. Let's do it 3 times. 1, 2. And you'll notice I've put my bow on the string before I start. 1, 2. Last time. 1, 2. So that's already half the battle for learning the pickup, and really doesn't get much more difficult than that. So the next thing is to learn the first line. Let's count it, and I'm going to sing out the finger numbers.